This is your part 2 video of percentage of a quantity. Remember that in the first video, we already talked about the old method we used to use with equivalent fractions and how we're moving to a multiplying method. So let's look at the next problem we want to solve together that requires finding a percentage of a quantity. In a class of children, 60% of the children are girls. How many girls are there in the class? In this problem, we know that the whole is 100% and 30 students, okay? So in this case, the whole bit is 30 students, and we need to find 60% of 30 students. In this problem, let's use the translation method. So 60% of 30 is the same as 60 over 100 times 30. That's the problem you're going to want to set up. There are 18 girls in the class. Okay, when we do 60 over 100 times 30, we can simplify the 30 and the 100 by dividing by 10. And then we can simplify the 10 and the 60, that 10 was left over from the 100, by dividing by 10. And that gives us 18 girls in the class because we've multiplied 6 times 3. In a packet of 40 Skittles, 30% are red. How many red Skittles are there? Now notice this is the same setup of the problem. We want to find 30% of 40. So we do 30 over 100 times 40, or 40 over 1. Either way you want to think about it. And so we can simplify. We divide 40 and 100 by 10. Then we divide 30 and 10 by 10. So we get 3 times 4, which gives us 12 red Skittles. Now, as I'm setting up each of these problems, when you do it yourself, I want to make sure that you're drawing the bar model, actually confirming with yourself that you know what the whole stands for, and writing out the quantity you're looking for. For example, I would actually write out 25% of 16 or whatever, right? That's what we want to see. Then write out that fraction multiplication and find the answer. Do not try to do these problems solely in your head, just because there can be a lot of partial and whole quantities to balance. Toronto Football Club has lost 25% of their games. If they played 16 games, how many games have they lost? So once again, we're looking for that quantity. We are finding 25% of 16. In this problem, we know that the whole is 100%. So we can do 25 over 100 times 16. Remember that of word means 16. You try it yourself. Pause the video here. Make that bar model. Do your fraction multiplication. And see if you get the answer, which is that they've lost 4 games. And that should make sense. Remember, 25% is a quarter of 100. And if we're looking for a quarter of 16, that's 4, because 4 times 4 is 16, or 16 divided by 4 is 4. Let's try this last problem together. Fraser scores 70% on a spelling test with 20 questions. How many did he get right? Now, this is a problem that you guys have in your real life. When you get 70% on a test, that means that you got 70% of the problems correct. We always make your grades into a percent because that makes it easy to compare one grade to another. So in this case, we want to do 70% of 20. Remember, percent always means out of 100. So we do 70 out of 100 times 20 over 1, if you would like to do that. Okay, then we can simplify and we find out that he got 14 questions correct. Use this as you come up with your grades. I hope that you've been practicing these problems using the visual aids that we've determined, like bar models and your fraction multiplication. In your next activity, you're going to find the percentage of a quantity all on your own. Good luck.